You're busy, no time to cook, you're hungry, and the kids are too. Don't stress. Make it a McDonald's dinner tonight. Download the app and get McDelivery right to your door. Whatever you're hungry for, McDonald's has it. You're happy, the kids will be too. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome to the Best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas, a weekly segment dedicated to putting the focus on the amazing things and the amazing people behind them in Beaver County. The Best of Beaver County is sponsored by and content is provided by St. Barnabas. The show airs every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 on WBVP, WMBA, 99.3 FM, and Facebook Live. Now, with no further ado, let's welcome host Mike Romai to introduce today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. I'm Mike Romai, and our guest this morning is Derek Rossiter. Derek is just opening a new business in Beaver County. It's called Tri-State Sporting Arms. I've known Derek for several years now, and he is a young entrepreneur. And boy, moss doesn't grow on you. You just keep on rolling, don't you? Good morning.
Got to keep going.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mike.
All right.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Derek Rossiter.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived in the area for a long time, growing up around the New Brighton area. My father worked for the railroad, so we moved here from New York when I was young. Just loved living in this area. I left for a short period of time and moved out west to Arizona, but came back, of course, like most people do.
They do.
Come back to our roots and plant seed here.
Yeah. Did you go to Riverside?
Riverside
Right. High School. Were you a baseball star at Riverside?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We played a lot of sports. So,
I'm just saying
yeah.
because Riverside has been phenomenal.
Yes, they have.
High school baseball.
Yep.
Why? So you were a Panther. What year did you graduate?
It would have been 98.
98.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're still relatively young.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever tells you that, though, right?
I like to feel young, yeah.
And active throughout your life in the community, except for the time you went to Arizona?
Yeah, I like to stay busy. We do a lot of volunteering. I'm also a member of the Beaver area JCs. So we help them out with a lot of fundraising activities for nonprofits and stuff like that. So I'm very proud to be a part of them. And then just try to, over the last couple of years, try to stay focused on the businesses that I've helped be involved in. And the opportunity came about for this project, and we're looking forward to it.
You say we, so you might as well explain that. Your significant other?
Yeah, Jamie and I, Jamie, my fiance, we've been together several years, and her business is in the dog industry. I left my last job to help expand her business with Wags on 3rd and Beaver a year and a half ago. Helped her get that kind of up and off the ground, and then I had to find something else to keep me busy because that was her thing, and kind of took some time to myself, and then this came up.
And you guys also run Canine Kingdom.
Canine Kingdom in Vanport.
In
correct.
Vanport.
Yep. She does a great job with both of those businesses.
It's not
and
as
her
if you're
staff.
going to the dogs or anything like that, but there's a lot of relationship there. I know Jamie well. I was acquainted with Jamie through the Beaver County Humane Society.
Correct. Yep.
So that's part of what you talk about when you talk about being a part of the community, Beaver JCs and nonprofits.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep. And so where did the firearms end of things come into play?
Well, I worked for a long time, for about 15 years. I worked for a local big box retailer in sporting goods. Also, traveled with them for a long time. They were a big part of me kind of learning management, learning running stores. And then I also was a sales rep in the firearms industry for about 10 years. So I've got about 25 years worth of sales, business experience, and just my last career as a sales rep really kind of opened my eyes to this opportunity, and this kind of where it fell back in when this opportunity came up. I definitely wanted to take advantage of the time.
So then you believe then that, and probably research bears out, that there is a big demand for firearms.
Yeah, this area is, Pennsylvania, if you look at the studies, I mean, it's a big state for sporting, hunting, fishing, camping, all that. I believe the western part of Pennsylvania has a really good, rich tradition. There's a lot of families that grow up shooting with their grandfathers or their fathers, kids growing up as I did too. I grew up, I learned how to shoot from my grandfather when we lived in New York. This area, the sportsmen's clubs, the young facilities, there's also a lot of high school shooting teams. And in the last 10 years as a sales rep, I've kind of noticed what other areas of my territory were doing and what was not really happening out here. And I wanted to kind of help grow this area. I'm a shotgun shooter. I love shooting sporting clay and trap. And there's a lot of fantastic facilities in Beaver County and the surrounding areas. And I just feel like on a supply standpoint, I feel like this area has been underserviced for a while, and I wanted to be, kind of the backing of this store was to have like a specialty shotgun, small feel in the shop to kind of help, people find shotguns, ammunition, supplies for their shooting at their clubs.
And I'm thinking about gun shops in Beaver County, and when I was growing up in Beaver Falls, we had a place called Beaver Valley Sportsman. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you remember that. It might have been gone by the time you came around. And they used to sell, baseball equipment, football equipment, but they also had guns. I think that was their in fact, Jack Lambert of the Steelers used to be friends with the guy, and he would show up there from time to time just to buy his guns. He's an outdoorsman. Saul's maybe in Ambridge and those kind of places, but they're gone as well. So there really is a need for your kind of business here. Yeah.
There's been some shops in the area that have been around a long time that have serviced this area, and I like to say that I'm following in their footsteps to keep servicing the area like they have in the years past. Yeah, and
New Brighton. You settled on New Brighton. People will know your location as the former hometown apothecary.
Right. Correct. Yeah. Pete's Pharmacy, I believe, is Pete's hometown apothecary.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that well. And what have you done? How did you get ready for? Now your grand opening is tomorrow.
Our official opening date is tomorrow. We're going to open the doors tomorrow. Our hours will be Wednesday to Sunday, 10 to 6. We're going to open the doors, kind of work out the kinks for a couple weeks, and then have a grand opening kind of celebration with some vendors, local dignitaries and stuff that are going to come out for a ribbon cutting and stuff. But yeah, we're going to open for a while, let my staff kind of learn the ropes and talk to people, make sure all the electronics that we brought in, the software, everything works fine, because we opened the other night just for the Beaver New Brighton Night Mart. Just to allow people to kind of come and get a sneak peek and see the store and see what it's all about. We did have successful transactions where nothing broke, so that's good. And so we're looking forward to this weekend.
So that's you're basically telling me you didn't let Mayor Val handle any of the equipment in there if nothing broke.
Yeah, Miss Val, she's fantastic. And we're very happy for her in her new role.
She is. And the Night Mart in New Brighton was a huge success.
Yeah, they've done a great job over the last year. Last year they were very well attended. This year they're each one so far from May till this one that just happened Tuesday has grown. The staff with the New Brighton Business Authority District do a really great job running this event. The rumor is the goal is to have 200 vendors, and I think they had 80 plus at this last one, so they're getting there. And they bring in someone to sing. We had Becky Kimball, I think, was just there on Tuesday, which she's a very good singer as well. Dawn Savage, local New Brighton girl, did the first one. So, yeah, I mean, it's New Brighton's doing some good things, and we're proud to be there.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I've seen your Facebook site, social media site, where you show the front of the building. Nice decorations. It's catches the eye.
Yeah, it's a great storefront. Like I said before we went on the air, I'm just thankful for whoever planted the trees in New Brighton didn't put one in front of our store so you can actually see it. We have the storefront's beautiful. You come down through Main Street in New Brighton, you can't miss us. We were very adamant about being seen, and the LED lighting that we put out front on the sign and the showcase windows out front, You can't miss us.
Yeah.
Period.
In
We're
case,
smart.
yeah, not familiar. There's a Rite Aid on that block.
Yep.
There's a tattoo parlor on that block.
Yep.
Correct.
Yep. Big Nerd's right next to us.
And
Ty.
right down the road is Capico's.
Yep. Great pizza.
Yeah.
Great pizza. He's knowing us well now. We're there almost every day.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Tri-State Sporting Arms. Explain the name of the business.
So when I was in the industry as a sales rep, I've got a chance to meet a lot of really good shop owners and people that I've worked with over those 10 years. When I came up with the idea to want to open up a shop in the area, one of my old customers who owns 4 locations from State College to Williamsport, national sporting companies. They have several names. They have a range in Williamsport. They have a store in State College, which is a great store. Kind of was picking his brain a little bit about, the steps and what I should do about opening up the shop. And Justin's a phenomenal guy, great business owner, small business shop. All 4 stores are family run. And they've got 60 amazing employees. We share the same business model and the same passion for the industry, a lot of education, a lot of great customer service. We don't want people to come into the shop and not feel welcome. So we kind of got to a point where we figured it would be a good idea for the 2 of us to partner together. But this area in Beaver County and Western PA, we want to be able to service the Tri-County areas. We're going to get traffic from Ohio, West Virginia. So we decided on the name Tri-State Sporting Arms. Part of Tri-State Sporting LLC is our LLC name. With the option to grow in the next couple of years to have multiple locations surrounding Pittsburgh. There's a lot of depth. There's a lot of population in this area compared to Central PA. So we figure we can open this store and see how well it'll do, and then start spreading our passion for the industry in some other locations around the area.
Derek Rossiter is our guest. He is the owner of Tri-State Sporting Arms, opening on Friday, June 14th in New Brighton. We're going to take a short break and then be back with more of the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
Falling in love is one thing. Having anxiety about falling is a whole different subject. If you or a family member are concerned about falling, and yes, either up or down the stairs, or maybe even out of bed, St. Barnabas has a special message and some ideas just for you. Years of experience in working with people who are prone to falls has given St. Barnabas special expertise in this area. Call them at 724-443-0700 and learn about ways that you can begin to feel more confident and safe, including suggestions that you can implement right now into your daily routine. Call St. Barnabas at 724-443-0700. For many years now, St. Barnabas has been helping people fall in love, that is, with their new, better life, a longer life, a risk-free life. Call St. Barnabas now at 724-443-0700 or visit stbarnabashealthsystem.com and learn more about living longer and better.
It's the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network. Our guest is Derek Rossiter. He is owner of Tri-State Sporting Arms. It's located in New Brighton. They'll have a grand opening on Friday, June 14th. And explain the sporting arms aspect of it. How has the idea of guns and gun ownership changed since you were working for the big box retailer at one time?
Yeah, it's, one of the other things that was kind of like the backing of this was a lot of education for the firearm side. We want to be able to educate our customers, our anybody in New Brighton who is maybe not comfortable with firearms. We don't want to be known as, a shop where not everybody feels comfortable coming in. We carry more than just firearms. We carry a lot of accessories. We carry knives. We carry, accessories for, any part of the sporting industry. We want to educate. We want to teach. We've had instructors. We've had nonprofit groups that do things within the industry that are excited about us opening, that want to host some classes, some seminars in our building, either after hours or while we're opening. They want us to kind of come out to their facilities to kind of help educate or help train. So that part of it's been great, and it's always been something that we've always had a passion for, to teach as much as possible. So yeah.
So you'll be holding classes and things like that as well.
Yeah. I mean, we're a
Instruction,
small storefront, and this, if you're familiar with any of the other stores within our umbrella, we specialize in this size of a footprint. It's more of a comfortable feel. You don't feel like you come in and you're lost in a store because it's so big. But it's more of a one-on-one feel. We're out in the open. We're not hiding behind a counter. Everything's done right out in the open in the show floor. To kind of make it more of a hometown feel.
And you can buy ammunition there?
Yep. Yeah. We have plenty of ammunition.
Under lock and key, I'm assuming, because, you're in this kind of business. Not that person would think of going into a gun shop, but we've seen that happen before.
Yeah, there's been incidents, but we've taken plenty of precautions to secure the building and make sure it's a safe environment.
So rifles and handguns?
Rifles, handguns, shotguns, knives, accessories, shooting accessories, vests, pouches, bags, range bags, everything you pretty much need to go out and enjoy your sport.
Yeah. Now, in terms of getting close to Father's Day, is this something that you made a conscious decision to say, let's have this grand opening right before Father's Day?
This was not planned to have the opening this weekend. Obviously, there's a process in opening a shop like this. You have to apply for your federal firearms license, and that takes some time. I believe the timing all worked out in our favor, so we can open this weekend for Father's Day. And yeah, so it wasn't planned. We were hoping to be open sooner, but we have to follow the process and do our due diligence to make sure we're getting all of our licensing and permits right.
There's a lot of red tape.
Yes. Yeah, but not a stressful process. Just got
to make sure the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed.
Absolutely.
And you have to rely on the state, I suppose, and the federal government.
Yep, state and the ATF. Yep, they've all been great. Our local agent's been fantastic to work with. So
and so have they visited your store? Have you seen all those guys come in from, what is it, the FTA?
The ATF.
ATF,
yep.
okay.
Our local agent out of the Pittsburgh office came and did their inspection, and everything's good.
Give you any pointers, any ideas? Put this.
There's always some. They got to give their education as well.
Yeah.
But no, they're extremely helpful. There was some things that was mentioned that things have happened over the last couple of years, some changes in processes. So they just obviously want to make sure that we're doing everything right. And with the experience between Justin and I and many years in the industry, everything's going pretty well.
And you can't just pick an employee off the street. You've got to train these people in terms of you're selling firearms and ammunition. There are forms, applications they have to fill out, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we want to have someone. We want to be. We want to have. We want to have employees that share the same passion as myself and Justin do. People that are excited about the industry, excited about the store. Someone that is, willing to talk to people is key, because you got people coming in and wanting to ask a lot of questions. But we've got some employees now that have some passion for the industry, and we're excited about them getting started. We are still kind of in search of like an assistant store manager role, someone that can kind of complement me and Justin in being there and making sure things are being run smoothly and following all the, all the day-to-day stuff. We've done some interviews and trying to find the right person that we can help grow with us, and that's kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for someone that's driven. They don't necessarily have to not sit still like Jamie and I do, but somebody that shares the passion and is looking for an opportunity to grow with a company and to be an influence on what happens in the store in the area. Men or women? Nowadays, who is purchasing more firearms, men or women? Well, the women's and the industry for women has grown a lot in the last 5+ years. There's a lot of phenomenal shooters out there. There's a lot of really great female influencers online, locally. There's great local instructors that are doing a lot of educating and getting women out to enjoy the sport and teach them the sport. I'll be honest with you, Jamie's a pretty darn good shot. So with very little instruction, she listens very well, and she does very well. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of both, to be honest with you. And it's kind of nice to see at the Night Mart there was a lot of younger kids coming into the shop with their parents, and that's good to see because we like to see the sport grow. Whether it just be target shooting or wanting to go out and hunting. But it's nice to see all aspects of it.
Speaking of Father's Day and something that has been a tradition in Western Pennsylvania for a long time, and that is hunting season, and your dad or your grandfather taking you out and hunting for the first time. Is that still something that goes on, or is this, in a sense, more of an attraction to say, hey, this has always been a part of our heritage in Western Pennsylvania. Let's do it again.
Yeah, it's still a big time of year for Pennsylvania, I believe. I know there's been some changes in the schedule for the hunting season, but I think, if you've grown up in this area and you grew up hunting with your dad or your grandfather or uncle, whoever it may be that influenced you to kind of get into the outdoors and hunting and enjoy the sport, you do see it. You do see a lot of fathers or brothers bringing their siblings or kids in and telling stories and wanting to get them involved in the activity. You still see it. It's still there.
Every so often you'll see on social media accounts people saying, I long for the days when, we used to go to high school and you'd have a gun rack in the back of your pickup truck and have the gun in there, and nobody paid any attention to it. Nope.
I remember those days very briefly. But yeah, it's, times change, people change. There's, it's still a very good industry to be in, and it's a fun sport. In any part of the sport that you look at, it's definitely addicting to go out and have fun and have that adrenaline rush when you're going out doing any part of the sport. Like I said, I'm a sporting clay shooter. I like to shoot the shotguns, and there's nothing like going out and blasting a bunch of orange clays flying away from you and having fun with your friends, and it's a lot of fun.
So you sell clays over there too?
Yeah, so we, and that was kind of the other thing with a lot of the sportsmen's clubs and sporting clay facilities in this area. We are direct with a lot of manufacturers, the majority of a lot of the top brands out there. We have the ability to buy at larger levels to keep our pricing down. So we are definitely being able to supply local sportsmen's clubs in larger groups. By the pallet or by the box. If your club needs serviced in a couple different ways, we can supply pallets of sporting clay, the clay pigeons, clay birds, or if you need pallets of ammo for your group, we're definitely going to be able to service you. We have plenty of storage space that is available to us that we can bring in product or have drop ship right to your facility for your group if we have to.
Oh, okay, Very good. And there's Beaver Valley Sportsman. There's, I know, Chewton Sportsman's Club. A lot of the communities around here have sportsman clubs.
There's a lot. There's a couple that I've never been to. I've met a gentleman from Aliquippa Bucktails yesterday, and I've known of his facility. I know many members that are there. It's a great club. But yeah, there's a lot of local great clubs, and they do hold activities. There's a lot of open trap shoots for the public. There's days where you don't have to be a member to go there and shoot trap or enjoy any of their outdoor events that they have. They do a great job in all these clubs.
Mm-hmm. And how old do you have to be to apply for a license for a gun?
18 for a long gun, 21 for a handgun in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay. With Tri-State Sporting Arms, there's no reason to buy it out of somebody's truck or out at Rogers, Ohio.
Yeah, highly encouraged to come to the professionals. Yeah, to do it the right way. Yeah, and support your local business.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And as far as women are concerned, are they more into the sportsman aspect of it or protection aspect of it?
I've seen a lot of both, to be honest with you. I've met a great couple groups, female groups that do both. One that is educating for more of the self-defense role, ones that are getting them into competitive shooting, either on the shotgun side or target or steel shooting. So yeah, there's lots of great avenues for the ladies to get into the sport.
Yeah. And if person comes in, woman or man, but I'm thinking of women because my wife said recently, she said, I don't know, do you think I should get a gun or anything like that? So a woman comes in, first time wants to buy a firearm. What do you recommend?
Yeah, it depends on what style shooting they want to do. If they just want to go out and shoot on target, someone that's never shot before and they're interested in like a handgun, it's always great to kind of start at the .22 long rifle and kind of work your way up depending on what they feel comfortable with. If they've never shot before, shooting .22 long rifles, very little recoil, not as loud. I mean, obviously you still want to wear hearing protection as well, and then kind of graduate themselves into some larger calibers or something more on the defensive line side of it. But yeah, it's all a preference to the shooter, what they feel comfortable with. We don't want to put them in an uncomfortable position where they go out and they don't enjoy shooting the gun we sold to them. We want to make sure that we ask them the right questions. We want them to have an enjoyable experience with it and not dislike it or be afraid of it. And
could be a lifelong passion.
Yeah,
that they
absolutely.
grew up with. Yeah,
absolutely.
Very good. And in terms of shooting at, you go into shooting ranges and shooting at targets, things like that. I know you mentioned clay pigeons, but just going out and target practicing. Are there places like that around? Are you going to offer something like that?
I wish we had the space to have a shooting facility or an indoor range here. There are local indoor facilities, so depending on what time of year you're shooting, if you want to go, there's one in Robinson, one in Cranberry, there's one in Wexford. There's some indoor facilities. Local, the state-run outdoor ranges, there are some requirements to shoot there. You either have to have a range permit or a hunting license in order to use that facility. Or if you have a really good friend that's got 200 acres and no neighbors, those are also great ranges to be at as well.
Yeah, very good. And also, you're going to provide training exercises and offer some stuff like that?
Yeah, coming up, we wanted to get open first.
Yeah, sure.
We wanted to get open and get familiar with the area, and we're going to either us and have some instruction. My thing is I'd really love to include other local instructors, other local groups, to partner with them to kind of help spread their passion for the sport. And to kind of get them involved in our local residents in this area.
Derek Rossiter is our guest, and we're talking about his business, Tri-State Sporting Arms. You call it Sporting Arms instead of Sporting Guns. Is there a reason?
Yeah, Sporting Arms, it covers, the Sporting Arms definition really kind of covers any firearm, muzzleloader, pellet gun, rifle, shotgun. So we it's kind of a nice to be able to cover all avenues of the sport. So that's kind of why we called it Sporting Arms.
I know a guy in Eastvale. I don't know if you do as well, coming from Riverside and out in that area, who's been doing muzzle loading.
Yeah.
And I didn't think, why do you do muzzle loading?
Yeah, I mean, I know an old customer of mine up in Grove City. They have a phenomenal shop up there, and they're fantastic people, family-run business. They specialize in muzzleloading as well. There's still, Pennsylvania as a state is still a hotbed for flintlock and muzzleloading. Any statistics you see on the hunting side of it, Pennsylvania is always right up there with a couple other local couple other states, but yeah, it's a big flintlock and muzzleloading state.
There's a lot of reenactors in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely. Those are always fun to go to.
Into that kind of stuff. So if I come in at your opening on Friday and I want a gun, do I fill out the application? Do I get to take the gun home with me?
Just bring in a valid driver's license. We run through the Pennsylvania instant check system for the paperwork, and we'll get the approval back, and we'll take your money, and you'll be happy and on your way, and maybe we'll go shoot together sometime.
Very good. And you can do that. It just comes in. I mean, you can go in, you pass whatever it is, state
the background
licensing,
check,
background check, and it can be all done in one day.
Yep, absolutely.
Very
it
good.
can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour if everything goes smoothly and everything's not backed up. But yeah, for the most part, it's a very simple process.
All right. Derek, in terms of selling the business to people listening and watching this on our Facebook Live broadcast, what is unique? What do you think is unique about your Tri-State Sporting Arms that people aren't going to be able to get anyplace else?
The atmosphere, the passion for the industry. We love the sport. We, we want people to come in and feel comfortable. They're going to get the best customer service they've ever gotten coming into a shop, and we're going to listen to them and make sure that we find the right fit for them in the store.
Okay, very good. And it all begins tomorrow. Your normal hours of operation will be?
Normal operation after this week will be Wednesday to Sunday, 10 to 6. We'll be closed Mondays and Tuesdays. And we're looking forward to a good Father's Day weekend, and hope to see you guys there and your little ones come in with you to kind of help see some passion continuing in the household. So
very good. Derek Rossiter, owner of Tri-State Sporting Arms, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Love being here.
This is the Best of Beaver County on the St. Barnabas Radio Network.
Thank you for listening to the Best of Beaver County. St. Barnabas is pleased to have provided content and sponsorship for the program. Tune in this Sunday at 11:30 for an encore presentation of today's program on Beaver County Radio. And next Thursday at 11 for another edition of the Best of Beaver County on WBVP, WMBA, and 99.3 FM. You're listening to 99.3 FM, presented by St. Barnabas, in addition to 1230 WBVP Beaver Falls.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You gotta hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.